Hey, welcome you all. Tim at Cooper's Automotive Repair. We're working on this Nissan Frontier car today. It's a 2014, and we've worked on her before, but AC compressor kit, condenser, and all that stuff. But the customer's complaint was that the air conditioner she's not cooling anymore. So we got to find out what was going on. And first thing I did was hook up the pressure gauges, of course, to see if we had some Freon in her. And she's got 90 pounds of static pressure, and cranked her up and she compressor didn't run. So we're gonna start doing some electrical tests here and just see what's going on. If I was a guessing person, I would say the evap temperature sensor probe, pretty common on these Nissans. So hey, stay tuned, come with a journey with us. Appreciate you. Pull the wiring diagram on this here vehicle. Got the key on, check our fuses. um, Excuse me. Okay, see that fuse number 24 and 27, and they're both good. We come out of that, we run through a power intelligent module distribution module, engine compartment, right rear of engine over there. This part of that fuse box comes out of it. It's a yellow wire going to the compressor. The compressor is pretty easy to get to, so I'm going to start it up and see, just by chance, before we go too much further, that maybe we have a bad coil at the compressor. Let's do that. All right, the vehicle is running, and I'm using this little cheaper probe. It's kind of like a power probe, but don't cost that much. And I power probe, the switches keep falling out on me. But unplug the compressor here. We got 14 volts to our compressor. Um, let's plug it back in, see what's going on here. All right, she's plugged in, and we still got nothing. Could be a load circuit problem too once it's plugged in. Let's go right to the back of our compressor. Tell you what, let's supply 12 volts to it with this little probe just to see if it's a voltage drop situation or not. I'm already indicating on the connector that we got an open circuit. Yeah. So how do I know it has an open circuit? Because when I connect the power probe to it, we should show some ground or something there. We got nothing, and I'm supplying 12 volts to it right here, and that's the way I know it. We don't have a voltage drop either. So there's our diagnosis on that bad AC compressor. Got to yank her off and put us a new one on there under warranty. See what we got. So stay tuned for a compressor R&R reinstall. All right, so we took off this air cleaner assembly right here. We got to take the belt off, obviously. That's a 14 mil down there on that pulley, and I just had the thing in my hand. Here we go. And I've already removed all the Freon, so he's going to push down on it, slide it off of anything. Now I got to go after the compressor. Over here is on this side. And let's change camera angles to the other side now, so you can see that. Okay, going after this compressor, and obviously we got to take the lines off of it. It's 12 millimeter. And a few bolts and things we got to get out of there. So let's see here. I think got it loose enough I can get 1/4 inch Milwaukee on it. Go ahead and get that thing twisted on out. There shouldn't be any Freon in it. Okay, that is the suction line. I'm just putting the things up here on the window crowling. Now we'll go after the discharge, 12 mil on the back there. If I can get to that, I can't see a thing. I don't know about you. Another 12 right there. And it looks to me we're going to have a MIDI socket on that. Alright, so now let's go after the 12 on top of the air compressor. Fumbling around through these hoses and stuff. I have to leave that one in, long bolt. We got to go up, go underneath and get 2 12s underneath the bottom. All right, I took it up and got one of the 12 millimeter bolts out of the bottom, and here we are back up. Actually, you can reach them from the top. Probably got a picture of my head, but 12 mil kind of sinks into the back of the compressor. All right, we got that one. Now this thing, we should be able to just lift it on out of here. Should be able to anyway. Get it by those hoses. And my AC hose. Let's see. Just trying to get that long bolt out. And the radiator hose. I mean, probably easier to pull it off of there and get it out of our way. All right. It's out of there. So that was a little painful, but not horrible. Let's get our new compressor and get back down in there. I went ahead and removed that air snorkel just so you could see what I was doing. We've got our new compressor here. Everybody usually wants part numbers. Let's see here. It's from 1-800 Radiator, and the part number is 140681. 140681. Now, Trying to get her down in there the way I took her out. Barely enough squeezing room there. Okay, dokie. All right, so I need my long bolt. It goes down in the bottom. Oh. Now, let's start with the top one. Just kind of got the bottom one lined up down there. You know. You're hung up in there a little bit. All right. Okay. She's sort of in there. Just trying to get a socket and get our 12 started. This is one of those things where struggle a little bit. Got that started. I'm going to run it in. Just enough to hold it in place while I start one of the bottom ones. Okay, that's started. Okay. Well, it's hard when we both got the same tool. All right, we're swapping Milwaukee 1/4-inch battery ratchets. He was looking for his, and I had it. Compressor comes with 3 ounces of oil. So we've got that in there. Now, our O-rings are in good shape. They're not old enough to worry about. Some people replace them every time, and usually I do that myself. But they are thick. We did not have a leak in that part of it. So it's not concerned about the O-rings. Could that come back and bite me in the butt? Yeah, probably could. All right, so they're pushed in there. And from there, we have to put our 12s in there, tighten those up. Just so you got the visual of the compressor, there's your, because I can't show you that well, your bottom, top bolt, and your back bolt going through there, and your 2 lines right there. All right, so I started all my bolts and everything. Had to loosen up my tops because I didn't put the bottom one in. So obviously start all your bolts first, then tighten everything up. One more in the front here, providing we can get to it, the front one on the bottom. So I'm wiggling around through there. Sorry, it's not very exciting video actually. Battery's about to go dead on the Milwaukee there. This back one on the line is in between the power steering there a little bit, but we've got it. So we're in, we're tight. We got a belt to put on. And I got to go get the front. It's been one of those days. Okay, the compressor's all bolted up, the line's on. The vacuum pump is pumping it down. We're getting prepared to put our belt back on. By the way, Florida weather's great. You should live here. Everybody else is moving down. New York, everywhere else. Just got back from the beach the other day. Of course, when you live here, you don't take advantage of the beach like you do when you don't live here. It's kind of funny like that. Okay, let's get our belt on there. There we go. So once we get this thing evacuated, I hope you like this video. It's been a little bit hard on me to shoot between being busy in the front. But our belt's on. Everything's tight here. I am going to have to put some more oil back in it because I lost some. I'm going to use some Universal Super Cool Blue, probably about 2 ounces. So we do have to plug our compressor in, obviously. And then I'm going to, once I get the vacuum done, get our oil added, we're going to charge it up and let you see that we have a fix of a compressor. I could run a power probe to it and run the compressor and see it that way, but wouldn't be any fun, would it? All right, make sure that that's not getting in the belts. So to be continued, we're almost there. Okay, we've got everything evacuated. Now I'm going to start it up and turn the air on, and we should see that compressor engage if we fixed it. If we know we fixed it. Let's see. All right, so there you have it. Compressor's engaged, and we have a fix.